have been asking what INRI is. INRI. INRI means Initiative for the Rehabilitation of Indigents. INRI is a human rights organization. It's a non-profit and non-political organization. And there are aims and objectives of INRI. Number one, defending of human rights. To make sure that no man's right is denied. Number three, to give legal aid to the indigents. And lastly, rehabilitation of indigents. These are the aims and objectives of INRI. Membership of INRI are of two classes. Number one is the legal practitioners. Legal practitioners are members of INRI. This class affiliates with INRI. They are part and parcel of INRI. In fact, the legal practitioners who are members of INRI can be voted as members of the trustees of INRI. They have the right to attend the general meetings, the right to be voted. These are the first class of INRI. The second one are the non-legal practitioners. Non-legal practitioners are members of INRI. They register with 10,000 naira, unlike the legal practitioners are registered with 5,000 naira. The difference is that the legal practitioners are the ones that do the cases for INRI in different states of the nation. So we give them what we call honorarium, just a transport to assist them. Why this transport is not given to the non-members of INRI. Non-members, when they have matters, we assign lawyers that will go for them. That is all about the definition of INRI. Now, the members of INRI cuts across the entire country. We have members in all the states of the federation, both non-lawyers and the lawyers also. So we can easily make communication with them. If you look at the 5,000 naira that is being paid to the lawyers and the 10,000 naira that is also being paid by the non-lawyers, the amount is just the registration fee and your ID card. When you have ID card of INRI, you can present it at any time or call us at any time when you see any right being breached. Any person's right that is being breached, you can easily call us. So it's not that the 5,000 naira you paid is for any other thing as a profit or whatever. It's just to assist on your registration. Now, success of fund. The success of funds of INRI includes grants. Unfortunately, we have not been getting these grants from Nigerian government or any other person in this country. We've not been getting the grants. We also levy ourselves. Once in a while, we levy ourselves in order to pay for the legal fees of the indigents. We've paid dues sometimes. And the partners. Many people have decided to partner with us. Once in a while, they try as much as possible to raise funds for certain issues. These are the things that one needs to know about INRI. We're going to look at, many of my friends has been asking me about people that divorce their wives, and mostly the court will always give the child the preference of being taken care of by the father. These are the issues we're going to look at today. First of all, we look at living apart. Many people don't understand what it means by living apart in law. You can live with a woman for 2 years in the same flat. You are still living apart. You live with a woman you are person that you called your wife, but you are separated. People outside may not know that you are separated. So these are some of the legal issues that INRI discuss. We teach people about the law. INRI has been useful to a lot of people that through our teachings, they go to court and defend themselves, depending on how long they have spent in the organization. So husband may drive away with his wife, and they be separated in the same house. Within 2-3 years, nobody will know. But you need to go to court within 2 years, preceding the matter in the court. You must have stayed. That is what the law says, the Matrimonial Causes Act, that you must have stayed with the woman 2 years preceding the proceedings, going to court. This is very, very important. And the termination of liability, if a wife commits adultery, her agency of the necessity of taking care of the man is the baby is fraudulent, because she's an adulterer. So an adulterer cannot be allowed to take care of the baby. That's why some people are saying that court is always giving this preference to the man. It is not so. There are certain things that the court will put into considerations. There's what we call maintenance by agreement. The parties to a marriage may enter voluntarily into separation agreement. The man and the wife can enter into a separation agreement. You might not even know that this is what is happening without any of them being deserted. They may occur of that agreement. We have the case of Williams versus Williams. It's a notorious case. This case is about a woman who happened to be the appellant in the matter. The woman is the appellant while the husband is the respondent. The woman had been living apart with the husband for the past 12 to 13 years. From 1963 to 1975, they had been living apart. They have been living apart. And then for the woman now, this woman in this Williams versus Williams went to court. And the court is saying that they giving you this child to live with might be also dangerous. The woman appealed in that court. She was the appellant. Concerning the custody, the guardianship, welfare, and the advancement of education of the children of the marriage. These are the things that we are going to look at in this case. The determination of welfare of a child is composite of factors. There are factors that will determine who to give a child to. Will you give it to the woman or you give it to the man? There are certain things. For example, an adulterer, somebody who is living in a hotel, how can you give her the child to stay with? A child of 2-3 years. The court will look at these things. Sometimes you see the court interviewing the child. The court may go as far as asking the child, which of your parents do you want to stay with? So if the child says that he wants to stay with the father, there is nothing you can do. The court will come up with the judgment. Why somebody else somewhere will say, why is it that it does not give it to the mother? The child has the right to make a choice of whom he wants to stay with. So these are the things that the court will put into consideration. Then emotional attachment of the welfare of this child is very, very, very composite. You need to look at the emotional attachment of a child to a particular parent. Is it the mother? Does she have emotional attachment to the mother? If the child has emotional attachment to the mother, that is to say that the court may allow the baby to stay with the mother. And this is always happens. It is always happens. A child girl may prefer staying with the mother. while a child boy may prefer staying with the father. There are other inadequacies. For example, inadequacies of educational factor or religion may make the court to say, okay, the mother should take care of the child, or the father should take care of the child. So these are important. Not that an ordinary person may say, why is it that the mother was not given the custody of the child? It is not so. God he knows the law. In fact, the God has the law on his breast. So he knows what to do at any given time. The court mind does not even know them. What he wants to give is justice